Baruch Dayan HaEmet, we praise the Judge of Truth. After this service here, we will do a brief committal service down at the grave. And those of us wearing boots are pretty much all set since he loved the Navy and boats. And it's raining, so this works out well for Michael. But it might not work out well for your shoes. You can all come to the grave with us if you wish. If you don't think that there's the right kind of footwear, then just go to the, where we're going through the Shiva. They still call it Gates Mills Towers?
Yes.
Then at Gates Mills Towers, and we'll see you there. It'll take us a little while because it's going to be muddy.
The last building.
Last building.
The last building,
Basement.
no problem, in the community room. Baruch Dayan HaEmet, we praise the Judge of Truth. We begin with Psalm 121. Esai enai el haharim me'ayin yavo ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai aseh shamayim va'aretz. Al yitain damot raglecha, al yanum shomrecha. Hine lo yanum v'lo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzilcha al yad yaminecha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakaka ve'orech balayla. Adonai yishmarcha mikol ra yishmoret nafshecha. Adonai yishmar tzecha v'uecha me'ata va'ad olam. I lift up mine eyes unto the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot give way, your protector will not slumber. See, the protector of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is your guardian, he is your protection at your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all harm, your going and your coming, now and forever. And together let us recite the 23rd Psalm in English. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And now it's a privilege to call forward Lisa. Better not to have to wait.
I was hoping I had a lot of time.
You have as much time as you need. That's not what you were saying, but that's what I'm telling you. You have as much time as you need.
Okay, so let me just get through this without crying. Okay, you guys all knew my father. He was the biggest stubborn ass you could ever meet. He was a smart ass. He taught us so many things. Either it was driving a car, riding a bike. It was always his way or no way. Most of the driving with the car was him screaming at us and yelling at us that he's gonna die. I remember when I was young that I was so sick that we went to see our Dr. Thomas. And he always said, if I'm gonna throw up, please throw up in my hand, not on the floor, which I did. He loved us kids so much. He may not have showed it, but he loved us. He was there for us. He would always tell me a million times, don't tell your mother. Either it was when I started smoking. Don't tell your mother you're smoking. Don't tell your mother you're drinking. He would call us and he would just vent to us and just tell us how his day was or what made him really unhappy. And then he would complain about my mom or my brothers, and he would just say, he just loved us. No matter what, but don't tell your mother. Oh boy, my favorite memory was he never called off work, ever. And one day my brother locked us out of the house, and I had to climb up the second story roof. And I fell, and I broke both arms. And it was like, don't wake up your dad, he has to work the next day. The people that worked in our building had to wake him up And he had to ride with me in the ambulance to the hospital. It was just like, I can't do this. I can't. I'm sorry.
And to those words spoken as a prayer, let us say amen.
Yeah, but there's so much more. Where is it? Please don't come up with me, so you gotta come up with me. Okay, when I talk.
Take a picture.
I'll do it later. There's so much more about all of this. He's my moral support because my sister failed to be up here with me. I'm scared. My dad meant a lot to a lot of people in this room and meant different things to them. But for me, he was my grandpa, and that's something I would never want to change. We had amazing memories, and the relationship that we had together was something that, like, I'm gonna cherish for the rest of my life. Oh my God, I sound so shaky. We had a bond where we could just talk openly to each other about anything and everything. And I knew whatever I told him would be safe, and whatever he told me, he knew would be safe with me. And we had this bond, and I know my sister had it too, that, you know, there could be drama or some arguing happening in the room, and he would just give you a look, and you knew you were on the same page with the craziness that was happening. Like, just nothing to do with it. It's okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do without him. He's my last grandpa. I was with him when he took his last breath. And I can't leave my buddy. Everyone in this room loves him, and we all love him in different ways. But my heart is just destroyed right now. That's it.
And also to those words spoken as a prayer, let us say amen.
Amen.
It's a great picture. Absolutely great picture. It is a wet day. It is a cold and raw day. We gather for this solemn occasion to pay our last respects and a deserved tribute to Michael Zaslov, Michael ben Herschel Vehilda. He was social. He was filled with a love of life. He loved being with people. He loved model trains, and he loved building model boats. He loved volunteering for the Sea Cadets, that pre-Navy program with high school students. It helped to fill his life with Navy pride and purpose when he had to leave the Navy because he had poor eyesight, apparently, which he hid from people for a long time. And then one day he put on his glasses, and one of the commanding officers said, "You wear glasses?" And so they found him. So he found another way to be in the Navy with the Sea Cadets. He got on trip for about 10 years. Michael's love of the Navy and boats is a reminder of a Bible verse. When you take a look in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1, we learn, and the day of death is better than the day of one's birth. So what can this mean? And the day of death is better than the day of one's birth. Our sages explain it this way. The verse becomes understandable when you compare it to two ships. One ship, and they're both laden with merchandise, and they're both resting at the seashore, and one ship is about to head out on its journey, and the one that's about to head out on its journey, this isn't like the Love Boat on TV where they send out cruise ships. I mean, it's a real vessel with merchandise, and nobody's really there when the ship heads out. But when the ship comes back, people gather at the dock. Why do they gather at the dock when the ship comes back? Because it's gone through storms and obstacles and difficulties, and when the ship comes back, it merits praise, it merits cheer. And the vessel has that hasn't even left the dock yet, has not even been tested. But the vessel that comes back has been tested, and sometimes severely so. And so this is, of course, a reminder of Michael. His life is compared to a voyage. His life, like an ocean, was deep and filled with high waves, and filled with storms, and filled with many obstacles. He navigated them all. Sometimes at the top of his voice, but he navigated them all. And so he deserves praise for having endured the difficulties and the vicissitudes in life. He was born March 25th, 1945, here in Cleveland. His parents of blessed memory, Harry and Hilda, he and his older brother Leo grew up in Mayfield Heights. Leo is already in blessed memory, and our condolences to Leo's widow Joyce. Joyce, hi Joyce, you schlepped in from California. Thanks for bringing the weather with you. And David and Mark are here. Just Mark, let David know hi, but Mark, wherever you are, nephew. After high school, he worked at Finest Foods. He worked there for about 30 years. Renee or Rini and Michael married June 5th, 1966. And Renee said, we were married more than 57 years, and he never said no to me. And he was the life of the party. You knew he was there. Renee and Michael were blessed with friends and blessed with family. 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. I'm going to try all the names. Okay, so children, Lawrence, Lisa's husband, Peter, Sean, and Eric. And then grandchildren, Colin, Alina, Felicia, Rebecca, Tyler, Gianna, Gabriel, Nicholas, Jack, Colin's fiance, Anna, Rebecca's fiance, Philip. Fiance, that's French. That's fiance and fiance. And great-grandchildren, Otto. Where's Otto? Oh, hi Otto. And Eulalia. Hi. Rini's brother Michael. Oh, I want to remember brother Michael and brother Tom. Rini's brother Michael and Tom. Michael said he was empathetic and he was sympathetic, but he was very empathetic with others after going through all of his medical challenges, what he had gone through. The kids and the grandkids said many things. Some of the things they said were he loved to go on cruises. He enjoyed playing the nickel slot machines. He loved watching war movies, really long war movies, like 5-hour-long war movies. Where's Jack? Jack? Right, yeah, put on these long war movies. He'll have to show you these war movies. I don't know if you stayed to watch the whole thing or not.
I usually stay.
Yeah, good. Did he fall asleep during the movies? No, he didn't.
He would start to drift off.
Start to drift off, right. The older you get, the more that happens. Sitting in the recliner or the couch, you know. Oh, this is a great part.
He was relaxed.
He was relaxing. The kid said when we were young, we used to go camping in tents. And there were a lot of fun stories about those camping trips. And as you know, he had many, many medical challenges over the years. And especially these last few months. Been in and out of the hospital several times, back and forth. And on Tuesday, he breathed his last. And now there's just rest and wholeness and peace for him, just like Shabbat, just like the Sabbath, it's a day of rest. So for Mike, it's a time of rest and wholeness and peace. His soul is returning to God and to be with the souls of his loved ones and the ancestors of our people. And we learn this in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 7. The dust returns to the earth as it was, the spirit returns to God who gave it. And one day all of us will join our dear loved ones in Olam Haba, in the world to come. Olam Haba is a spiritual time, it's not a place. This is a place, Olam Haba is a time. And you'll be together with the soul of your loved one when you go. When you go. But it's comforting to know with you with our loved ones again. We're sending along an old Passover Haggadah, a Maxwell House Haggadah, if you remember those. And also an old High Holy Days prayer book with him in the casket, because not only is it a mitzvah to escort the body of your loved one to its final resting place, but also holy books of our tradition. We're sending along a Haggadah in particular because Pesach is the time when we recall and we give thanks for the ancient liberation of our people from Egyptian slavery. God redeemed our people from Egyptian slavery. And we're free today because of God's deliverance, those many, many years ago. And now your dear Michael has been freed and liberated from any sort of pain or illness. We have many, many memories of Michael Zaslov, and we give thanks to God for this gift of life. We would have hoped for more. He's 79. When you're 75, 79 is not bad, but when you're a lot younger, 79 is very old. We would have hoped for more, and in health. So as you think of him, be kinder and more thoughtful of others. Teach your kid how to drive, but be nice about it. But you know, he was there for many members of the family, people with medical issues. We go to doctor's appointments and physical therapy with people. You know, sometimes just being there for someone is the most important thing. And he's been there a lot for people, and family, and friends. And so we conclude with words from the first chapter of the book of Job. Adonai Natan, Adonai Lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai Mevarach. The Lord hath given, the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Amen. Ose shalom v'mromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yase shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. May God, who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, cause peace to rain down upon us, upon all Israel, upon the soul of our dearly departed Michael Zaslov, and let us say Amen. Amen. So we're going to do something just a little bit different because of the rain and the mud. We'll do the El Malei Rachamim here as we would, and then we'll say Kaddish here. And then for those of us that go down to the grave, which is usually the first time you say Kaddish, the rest of us will go down and we'll say Kaddish again, because I think there are probably many people who are not going to be able to make it down to the grave. So we'll say Kaddish here together, and then we'll say Kaddish at the grave, and then we'll say Kaddish when we get back to the community room as well. Please rise for El Malei Rachamim. Each your care, O God, we entrust the spirit of our dear Michael Zaslov, for you keep faith with your children and death as in life. Sustain us that we may meet with serenity the mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you, O God, are with us, a loving friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of our life, our hope in eternity. El Malei Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Hameseh Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei Hashchina, Im Kedoshim U'Tahorim, Kezohar Ki Amazirim, Et Nishmat Michael ben Hershel v'Hilda שהלך לעולמו בעל הרחמים יסתירהו בסתר כנפיו לעולמים ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתו אדוני הוא נחלתו, וינוח בשלום על משכבו, ונאמר Amen. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to our dear Michael Zaslov, Michael ben Hershel v'Hilda. He has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let him find refuge in the shadow of your wings, and let his soul be bound up in the bonds of everlasting life. God is in his inheritance. May he rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, Ba'alma divrach chirutei v'yamelich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayechon beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'v'yizman kari v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbam v'varach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudashah berichu. Le'elah min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May God grant peace to those who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us. And let us say, Amen. Now we will go in procession to the grave, and those who are not coming to the grave with us, we'll see you back. Yeah, just wait for the family at the community.
It's kind of crowded in here, so let's do this in some type of orderly fashion. I have those who are going to be pallbearers. Just step forward, identify yourselves, those who are going to be pallbearers. Are you a pallbearer?
Pallbearers are up there.
Get up there.
He is right now.
Let's see who we have first.
How many do you have?